is up, you sexy beasts? We're back here at my favorite beach, and it's a good day. Sunday morning, got here, ordered coffee, and if you know Australia, there are these birds that sweep you, and they, especially dogs, they don't like dogs, so these birds come down, they sweep real low. I was walking along to come here, and this bird started sweeping. I got such a big fright that I threw my coffee in the air. It did a full flip, and then I caught it again. Nothing spilt, coffee's intact, and that's when I knew, you know, the Lord's got my back. He cares about my coffee. But hey, I wanted to talk today about Mr. Greg Glassman. By the way, if you're here for the first time, thank you for stopping by and watching the video. My name is Wykie, and I do content in the fitness space, or more specifically the CrossFit space. And we're going to talk about Greg Glassman today, but first I wanted to catch you up on a couple of things. Number one, I woke up on Monday morning, checked my programming, and the programming for the day called for a heavy single, or not a heavy single, it called for me to work up to my current 100 max. Now, if you've watched the videos for a while and you remember about 9 weeks ago, I started Matt Fraser's HWPO programming, and at the time I only had 145 kgs at home, at the home gym. And so I worked up to 145, I squatted that, and based off how that felt, I thought, you know what, I've probably got another 5 kgs in me. So I just decided that I would work off 150 kgs. That would be my starting weight that I would do my percentages off. And so I've been doing that, and so on Monday it called for me to work up to that 100 max to see how it felt. I've now got more weight. I've got like 195 kgs at home. So I worked up to 150. Actually, no, you know what? I've got some footage. Let's watch that. Exciting day in the backyard gym. I've got to do 1 rep today. 1 rep at 100%. It's going to be interesting. See how we go. Luckily, I've got this man here to help me through it.
Let's do it.
I cleaned up the gym over the weekend, so it's looking nice and tidy. You know the saying, look good, feel good? Big believer, so love squatting in trackies. Got those on. Got the knee sleeves over the trackies. Feeling good about it today.
Get back here.
Yeah, see that? Oh, the dog just got me good. Oh, we're way too heavy. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I'm going down in weight now. I did 135 for 3. I was supposed to do 122 for 3. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, throw some more weight on. Yeah, there we go. Throw some more weight on. It's really good.
Yep.
Yeah, it feels really good.
Let's go, boy. Nice, bro. One more. Oh, no.
One more.
Sorry.
I could have got one more. Yeah. Let's go. Wow.
Nice, got it.
I reckon I might have 116. Thanks, bro. Maybe. Yep.
Beautiful.
Bum was on the ground.
That's my.
Oh, everything in me wants to squat again, but I think I should stick to the program and just move on. Save it for another day. Save the glory for another day. So that was super encouraging. And normally I just check my programming the morning of, you know, I wake up, check my programming. But I got so excited that I thought I'll check ahead and see when the new retesting is. I couldn't find it, so it's probably still a few weeks ahead of me, but I'm excited. Then, yesterday morning, I finally took the plunge and I went and joined a CrossFit box. I spoke about this, about needing community. I love training from home. I miss the community aspect. And so, yeah, we did it. Here's how it went. Today is that day. Today is that day. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that right there is electric fitness. So yeah, I'm just sitting outside, about to go in, And I'm not gonna lie, the heart rate is beating a bit. Isn't it crazy? I owned CrossFit gyms for 8 years, and I am nervous today to walk into a box, but I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. I know the coach and I know the coach's partner, Theo and Hannah, good friends of mine. But other than that, I don't really know anyone else. But yeah, I'm nervous. I don't know why. I've been training. I'm in fairly good shape. Hopefully, the outside world hasn't got that much fitter than I have over the last little while. I've just been sitting here watching Craig snatch 135 kgs and clean and jerk 160, so I'm feeling inspired. Let's go. Here we go. Look at this. Ripping. How are you? Good to see you.
I love your shirt.
Got the gym dog. Jimmy. What's this?
Jimmy, sit.
Jimmy. He doesn't like the camera. Hey coach, how did I do this morning?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Seems like you don't enjoy the heat too much. Well, the fan's pretty good, right? You don't have a fan outside.
That's true.
Did you enjoy it?
Look at that fan, it's massive. Yeah, I loved it. I don't like the accountability of having a partner that relies on me, but
Yeah. Well,
Toast-
it makes you go a bit harder, right?
it does. How are my total bar? Hannah, do you see my singles on the toaster bar? Yeah.
I think I did 5 the whole way.
Good blows out.
Yeah, watch and learn. Singles is the way to go. And then the last thing I wanted to update you on about is my nutrition coach with the method now. It's going really good. So I'm 4 weeks in. The first 2 weeks was literally, all it was just me getting used to tracking my food. And it was hard, really, really hard. But now, if you use MyFitnessPal or if you've used it before, you can build up a bit of a library. And because I eat similar foods most days, once you have that library built, it becomes really easy to just add foods after your meals or even the night before if you know what you're gonna eat the next day. So really the first 2 weeks for me was all about getting used to tracking. Then the next 2 weeks, so week 3 and 4, was really about me getting my protein up. I didn't realize, but I was under eating protein by a whole lot. So based on kind of my body weight, my height, my mass and my activity level, my coach has me aiming for 170 grams of protein a day, and I was missing that by a long shot. So I had to kind of come up with some strategies to mitigate that and to try and hit it. So I got back on some protein shakes, got myself a new batch of BPN protein, which a protein shake gives me about 25 grams of protein. So 2 of those a day has helped to kind of know that I've already got 50 there. And then my dad owns what's called a biltong business. If you know anything about South Africa, there's a little little dried meat treat called biltong, or some people refer to it as beef jerky. We won't go into it right now, but it's not beef jerky. Biltong's a lot better. But I'm also doing 100 grams of biltong a day, which is another 40 grams of protein, I believe. So anyway, I figured out how to hack the system and get my protein up. I thought I was having plenty of protein in my normal meals, but apparently I wasn't. So that's been kind of the goal the last couple of weeks. And now I've also noticed, or I've also been pointed out by my coach, that my carbs are still very low. We're aiming for about 300 grams a day. And I'm not hitting that either. So that's all, affects the energy levels and my performance and my recovery. So I'm excited. I feel now my protein's up where it should be. Hopefully the strength gains and the muscle gains will go up. So I'm very, very excited. And hey, if you want to work with the method now, if you want to try them out, there is a 13-week commitment, which I think is fair enough. Like, to see any change, you kind of have to commit to the process for at least 13 weeks. But if you want a nutrition coach, if you want to know more, check out their website. I do have a promo code. I can't think of it right now, but I'll just put it right here. I've got a promo code, so if you want to try them out or do the 13 weeks, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing service, and I'm loving it so far, 4 weeks in. So, okay, let's have a chat about Mr. Greg Glassman. How good is his backdrop? Come on, this is better than The Office, right? Hope you guys are appreciating the serenity. And there's this page on Instagram called The CrossFit Book. It sprung up on my feed anyway, shortly after CrossFit got sold. And I assume it's Greg Glassman writing a book. It says the CrossFit origin story is the kind of title of the page, the CrossFit origin story. So I assume that Greg's writing a book about creating CrossFit, finding CrossFit, which is cool. It's honestly, it's a story that I would want to read. It's just Greg's whole story. You know, how he came up with the name, how he discovered it, his methodology, all that stuff. You know, so that's fair enough. I think it's cool that Greg. I think he should write a book. I think he's a pretty knowledgeable dude. But it's an interesting page. Like, they've got some interesting posts on here. For example, there's a post on here of someone taking a photo of the food that's been, being given to the affiliate owners at the CrossFit Games. And it's just like chips and pretzels and it just looks like, not the healthiest food in the world. And then it says something like, it basically just compares the food that was served when Greg was at the helm, running CrossFit versus now. And it just seems a bit petty that they would do that. But anyway, if you read the comments, there's a lot of CrossFit affiliate owners that basically say, what they're claiming here is BS. Like, what does he say here? He says they spent $75,000 a day on food for the affiliate lounge alone. They had 5 chefs, prime rib, beer, it was amazing. So they're basically just saying that when Greg was running it, they were spending a lot of money on the affiliate owners lounge and the food. And then they've got this photo of just like pretzels and chips. So not sure why they do that kind of stuff. There's also a photo here of the Monster Energy logo at the 2021 CrossFit Games, and it just talks about Greg's battle with the American Beverage Association. Apparently, they were told that at Coca-Cola, there was an anti-Greg Glassman program or CrossFit program called Operation Sparkle. And then he just makes a point that Monster is owned by Coca-Cola, I believe. It just says, you all know who owns Monster drinks, right? So I assume it's Coca-Cola. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this page? What are your thoughts on Greg Glassman's book? The last post on this page, it says, thank you at CrossFit Future for hosting us and inviting Greg to come and celebrate your many accomplishments. We were excited to talk about our new project, and it was awesome to hear all your great stories. The gymnastics center is incredible, the basketball program is cool, and we loved seeing how CrossFit sits at the center of it all. The future is bright with CrossFit Future. Congrats on 10 years. Cheers to the next 10. So they're obviously visiting CrossFit affiliates and celebrating with them. So yeah, it's just interesting that, I just wonder what he's up to. What do you guys think? What do you think of this page? What do you think Greg is up to? When I saw that latest post pop up on my feed again this week, it got me thinking about Greg and just how he ruined it all for himself. And it got me thinking about the responsibility you have when you have some influence. And I want to ask the question to you guys. Do you think if you're someone of influence, if you're someone who has an audience, if you're someone in leadership or power, should you be more careful about what you share, about your personal beliefs? I think about someone like Joe Rogan. He's got so much influence. I believe it's the biggest podcast in the world, perhaps. So much influence, but he goes all guns blazing when it's sharing his own personal view on things. He doesn't hold back. Even though he's got this massive influence, it doesn't seem to stop him from just sharing what he feels and what he thinks on a personal level. And then look at someone like Greg, and obviously he made a post, around the George Floyd thing. There was obviously his own personal feeling about that thing. But because he represented CrossFit, because he was the CEO of CrossFit, people connect him to the brand of CrossFit, and they feel like he speaks for the brand. And so he's not only speaking for himself, he's speaking for all of us. Is that right? Do you think that is the case? Do you think someone like Greg, when he posts something on his personal page, should that reflect the whole community, or should that just be taken as his own personal view on things? I don't know, it's a tough one. I feel like the romantic thought around it is, if I was someone in great power, it would be nice to still be able to just share what I thought, my own feelings. But then again, there is a responsibility, when people follow you. So I want to put the question out to you guys. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about people in influence, people in leadership, sharing their own personal view on things? Should they do that, or should they just be silent? And I found a bunch of cool quotes on being silent and not actually speaking too much, and I really like it. This one says, If people would only talk about what they understood, Earth would be a very quiet place. And that is so true, especially in today's day and age. Everyone just talks about everything, even though they understand very little about it. This one says, silence doesn't mean you ignore, but you are trying to reduce the problems that may occur if you talk too much. And I think that's very true too. You know, if you speak too much, if you speak too quick, you can add fuel to the fire of what's already a sensitive situation. And I think that is something that's very true of Greg's demise, is that, you know, even though he had these beliefs and these thoughts about George Floyd or COVID or whatever it was, he could have just kept that to himself. You know, making a snarky remark just added fuel to the fire. So it's funny how we can't just sit with our own truth. We feel this need to share it with everyone around us instead of just keeping our own truth to ourselves. You know, like, I think there's a lot of wisdom in just being silent sometimes. This one says, some people talk too much and say too little. I like this one a lot. Those who know don't talk too much. Action speaks louder than words, as they say. And last one, when you talk, you are only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. So that was just a good reminder for me this week to not have this need to always share what I think I know, but just to be okay with my beliefs and, you know, my knowledge, and not feel the need to always share that with everyone or be someone that always needs to say something. You know, there's real wisdom in just being silent and just letting your actions speak. You know, if there's a problem in your family, in your neighborhood, in your world, you know, it's easy to speak about what you think should happen and how it should be fixed. It's another thing to actually take action and contribute to the solution. And I think that's a lot more powerful. It's just to shut your mouth, get to work, and be part of the solution. So just wanted to share that with you today. Guys, I'm gonna go run, trip around. Thanks for being here. If you're still here, you are an absolute sexy beast. Smash that like button. That's what Craig Ritchie says, isn't it? Smash that like button. That's all right. I don't mind being like Craig. Smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed yet, I think we're like 150 subs away from the 10,000 sub mark. So go ahead and just check that for me. Other than that, stay sexy, keep roaring love, and I'll see you real soon. Mwah.